one day, there was the artist. Now, sound the same voice as Plankton. And he's an artist. And he writes on the picture with a pencil. He's in a boat of a water, sailing on top of the water in the ocean. And then he lost the pencil. It fell right in the water in the ocean. He's really very upset, like the voice of Plankton.
Well, what is this? The artist at sea. Let us watch and see the fruits of his struggle. Oh, it seems as if inspiration is strong.
And a pencil with an anchor on it. It went down in the Bikini Bottom. And SpongeBob, Patrick, used them bubble the bubbles and the bubble one. They count to 3. They say 1, 2, 3, and they blow bubbles together. And the bubble shape looked like a scissors bubble shape. And it cuts the rectangle paper shape. And SpongeBob and Patrick are going to do it again to count numbers 1, 2, 3. They count to 3. They say 1, 2, 3. And they blow bubbles with a bubble one. They blow 2 rectangle papers together. Like playing rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, ready, Patrick? 1, 2, 3. Scissors beats paper, Patrick. 1, 2, 3. Patrick, how come you always do paper?
And Patrick said, I don't know. And suddenly, the pencil with an anchor on it, it pops the 2 rectangle paper shapes. It went, boop, and it goes down. SpongeBob and Patrick are running around the round circle. They hide in SpongeBob's bus. But they looked, it was a giant pencil with an anchor on it. So they just started to draw. And also, SpongeBob used the pencil to draw on the sand. Like, he used a pencil with an anchor on it to draw on the sand. To make a shape with it. To make it look like a picture. And it's a picture of a jellyfish. With spots. It fly away at jellyfish fields. Just like lots of pink jellyfish at jellyfish fields. And also, SpongeBob uses a pencil with an anchor on it. If it was magic, and Patrick wanted it, it was a mustache. It was black. It's magic. And SpongeBob said, coming right up. And he started to draw on Patrick. And Patrick said, it was good. But suddenly, if it was like an happens when the face of it, if it happens when the face of it, like happens when the face of it, if it happens, it's really very beautiful. If it was happens when the things of it, and it happens of it. And then Patrick said, here's the comments that go. And then the black mustache fly away and went inside Squidward's Easter Island head house of a window. And then Hammond's things of it. And went on top of, like it went on top of poor Squidward of his head. He looks in the mirror. And he's proud of it. of a circle mirror. And then Patrick said, "My turn." And then SpongeBob said, "Get careful, Patrick." And then Patrick used the pencil with an anchor on it to draw on the sand. It was another jellyfish, but it wasn't. It was Squidward. And then Patrick used a pencil with an anchor on it to erase poor Squidward on the sand. And then SpongeBob had an idea. He used the anchor, like a pencil with an anchor on it, to draw on a rectangle, green rectangle map. It was $1 with Squidward. And Squidward's Easter Island head house. And it's very good.
Squidward, if you had some hair, you'd be the most gorgeous creature in the sea. You've got looks, talent. All you need is a full head of... My turn! Be careful, Patrick. Being an artist is a heavy responsibility. Each work of art is like a child and must be treated as such. Come on! I was just gonna draw a cartoon. Okay, why did you say so? It's Squidward, silly. It's kind of creepy looking when it moves. You're right, SpongeBob. We can't let him go into town. Poor Squidward. Hey, my brain just hatched an idea.
And Squidward said, "I've been having a talk about this." He looks in the mirror. He looks great. He opens the door, closes the door, and looks at a green rectangle dollar on a green rectangle map. And then he missed it, and the black mustache went off Squidward's of his head. It flies away, up in the sky in the clouds. SpongeBob, Patrick, humping bells and jumping, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down together. And SpongeBob had an idea to draw him, the one and only SpongeBob. He used a pencil with an anchor. He draws on the sand. It was SpongeBob. And he says his own language. And also SpongeBob and Patrick are gonna hide in a green bush. And then the other one, SpongeBob, well, like it's just a drawing. He used a pencil with an anchor on it to draw a hole in it. A big, huge circle hole. And poor SpongeBob and Patrick, hiding in a green bush, they fell in the hole. And it's dangerous. And the other one, SpongeBob, is man John. He says his own language. And it bonks poor Patrick on his head. And SpongeBob and Patrick looked out of a circle hole. It was the other one, SpongeBob, of SpongeBob's Spinal Bus. It's just a drawing. And then the other one, SpongeBob, who says his own language, used a pencil with an anchor on it to draw on a purple rock to pretend like a blue bowling ball or a purple bowling ball, and knocks down poor Patrick pretend like a bowling pin with 2 axes. And then SpongeBob and Patrick are hiding. The other one, SpongeBob. And the other one, SpongeBob, surprised him and wished him a happy birthday and give him a present, a gray rock on his head. And then he says his own language, which is SpongeBob, is just a drawing. And then SpongeBob used a pencil to erase the other one, SpongeBob, of his mouth and his eyes and his nose and his teeth. And he's a goner. He erased him with a pencil with an anchor on it. And he went on top of a purple rock. It's bigger and huger. And then SpongeBob said, "Hold still with it, Doodle. This is where we all good. Take that, and this, and this, and that, and this, and that, and this, and this, and that, and this, and that, 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 this, not, this not. And he's going to really very speed, erasing with a pencil with an anchor on it. He's going to really very speed. He has to slow down. He's yelling in the V with SpongeBob with a loud voice. And Patrick said, slow down, it's just a drawing. And SpongeBob said, well, that takes care of that things about Patrick. And Patrick said, done and done. One night, SpongeBob used a pencil with an anchor on, like a pencil with an anchor on it. He draws lots of black lines and design it in his bedroom, like in his bedroom of SpongeBob's Pineapple House. And he said goodnight to Gary the Snail. He's the king. He said, meow. And SpongeBob used a light switch on and off. And then he said goodnight to the pencil with an anchor on it. And someone used a light switch on and off of SpongeBob's Pineapple House and used a toilet in the bathroom and went whoosh. And someone opens the door and closes the door. And then someone stole the pencil with an anchor on it to draw on a glass of water. But it wasn't. It was just SpongeBob. The other one, SpongeBob, who says his own language with his eyebrows if he's mean. And he said, SpongeBob. Like he was mean like SpongeBob. And he was going after SpongeBob. And the other one, SpongeBob, used a pencil with an anchor on it to erase the door. And erase poor SpongeBob of his butt and his backache. Or back. Or his pants. And SpongeBob walks backwards. He has to watch out with the evil doodle. With a pencil with an anchor on it. And also, he erased SpongeBob around his whole body. He's a gunner. And the other one, SpongeBob laughed, the evil laugh, saying, and they pulled the pencil, broke it off, the pencil together. And SpongeBob draws on it, the piece of pencil, to draw around of it. He's back to normal. And then they both pointed a pencil together. It went, the pop sound went, like, pop. And then the glass window bumped into it with a piece of a pencil. And SpongeBob hides in a bookshelf. Lots of storybooks. In the bookshelf in his living room. And the other one, SpongeBob, gonna get really very closer, stepped on a white piece of paper. Holding it with a pencil, with an anchor on it. SpongeBob uses a storybook to close and get rid of him. And the other one, SpongeBob, won't get mean and evil. He was smiling brown at me and used it up on the wall. And then SpongeBob showed it to Patrick. It was a picture of SpongeBob, who says his own language on the wall in the living room. There are lots of pictures of a rectangle pictures on the wall. A picture of SpongeBob, and a picture of SpongeBob's Pineapple House, and a picture of Patrick. And SpongeBob used a pencil with a Band-Aid on there, like a boo-boo. And SpongeBob said, ready, Patrick? And Patrick said, ready. And SpongeBob was humping and Buzzer jumping. Like humping, Buzzer jumping, went, bow. And then SpongeBob went on top of poor Patrick of his stomach. And then the pencil with a Band-Aid on it. It went up. Higher and higher and higher. And also, the artist found the voice of Plankton. He looked, it was a pencil with a Band-Aid. He draws a picture, but broke off a pencil. He's really very sad. he's upset like Plankton. Like the artist of voice of Plankton. And he's in a boat of the water in the ocean. And then he said,
What's this? My pencil!
The second most important rule for the artist at sea, always bring a pencil sharpener.
and so that's the end of SpongeBob SquarePants. Right after it, on Nickelodeon, the one and only, an Afghan jungle. It's Liza. Like, the question I can say is, don't go away. There are special surprises with you on Nickelodeon. If it was the one and only, an African jungle, who is Liza, that could talk to animals. If it's a show on Nickelodeon, what it is, coming right up on Nickelodeon. Coming up next is everyone's favorite was join Liza and Darwin the monkey. They live in Africa and in the jungle all day. And if Liza talks to animals, is up next, only on Nickelodeon.